there's something so romantic about it. And like, yeah, if that happened in real life, I'm getting a restraining order, but in fiction, I'm gonna let it slide. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley, and today I am going to be rating my favorite romance tropes all the way from flop to feral. Flop meaning I could literally go without it. If it never existed, I'll be fine. And feral meaning I'm pretty sure you know what feral means. Okay, so let's just jump right into it. Let me go through all the categories first. At the bottom we have flop. Boring, yawning, get out of my face. Could do without it. The one above that is it's fine, not my favorite, but I'll read it anyways. The one above that is I very much enjoy it. I very much like the trope. And then the top one is I go absolutely feral for this, meaning it's probably a majority of the books in my bookcase, so that should tell you enough. Alright, so the first one up, we got slow burn. If you had asked me about it maybe like 2-3 years ago, I would have put it in flop, but I'm gonna put it at it's fine. I'm not too upset about it anymore. The only way I really do enjoy a slow burn, especially in books, is if like the tension is bouncing off of the freaking walls. I need them to not be able to like breathe in each other's presence. Like I need them to be really like, you know, on edge. So there's that. One of Us is Famous. I very much enjoy this trope. One of my favorite books, The Idea of You. Oh, all I gotta say is Harry Styles. Harry friggin' Styles. Next, friends to enemies to lovers. I'm a bit neutral, so I'm gonna just go it's fine. You know, it's not the worst, it's definitely not the best, but it's cute, it's fine. Next is single parent. I got a confession to make. Whenever I'm reading a book and like there's children in the mix, I instantly like kind of close the book. I just get so tired of it, especially if like they try to force a pregnancy into the story. Are you kidding me? Although in TV shows, I don't care if they have kids. We're just gonna put it in flop for now. Maybe I'll change it later. The next one is accidental pregnancy. Yeah, we know where that one's going. The next one is brother's best friend. Yeah, all the way at the top for me. It's great. It's great because it's a little bit secretive, and it's always a surprise when the friend likes the main character, so I just love it. Next one is best friend's brother. This one, my bestie's brother. I don't know if I have much of an opinion on this. It's fine. Yeah, the ones where I have like a little bit neutral whatever attitude about, I guess it can go in the it's fine category. Next is friends with benefits to lovers. Come on now. I love this. I love it because it always starts the same. That's the thing with a lot of these tropes, especially the ones that would be at the top of my list. They're all the same, but the fun part is in the journey, right? That's just the truth. The fun part is in the journey, and we love seeing them go from like, oh, I don't really like care about you. You know, that pivotal point in the plot where the guy is like, who did this to you? Or he's like, where do you think you're going? You know, like actually showing that they care. And it's like, oh, you thought I was feeling you? Because I actually was. Next is workplace romance. It depends. Because if it's like they're in competition with each other, like for a role or whatever, I don't care for that. But if they just like happen, like if the main character is dating the boss, then I'm just like, I'm not too upset about that. I'm gonna put it in very much enjoy. I very much enjoy it. Next is enemies to lovers. I mean, it's a classic and you cannot compete with classics. You just can't. And like I said, it's like the same thing all the time, but that's what makes it great. The only boring part in enemies to lovers is like the change, like the transition from hating to liking. It happens in like one page. I'm like, whoa, what, like where's the smooth transition into that? I hate when it's just like, oh my gosh, how could I have not known I was in love with this man this whole time? And I'm just like, girl, really you didn't know? Get out of my face with that. Next is strangers to lovers. It's cute. I wouldn't necessarily put it here because like I feel like that's a general kind of trope, if you want to call it a trope even. I'm gonna put it in very much enjoy. Everybody sort of starts off as strangers at some point. Next, childhood friends to lovers. I have not read a book or seen a show where that was played out good enough for me to really like it, so I'm gonna put that flop. I'm gonna put that flop. Sorry about it. Teacher student. Now Let me preface, this is bad. It's a little bit taboo. I will say, in my defense, Pretty Little Liars has ruined me. I rewatched the show, I'm like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe Arya and Ezra. The showrunners really forced that on us. Yeah, watching it now, I'm like, that's kind of insane and illegal. But also, if it's like in college, you know, then I'm not too mad about it. But for the sake of this video, we're gonna just imagine the scenario is like a college setting, and I'm gonna put it at it's fine. The thing with that, they never end up together, and that's what I like. I like seeing like the downfall of the relationship. Forced proximity, yeah, I don't even think I have to elaborate on that trope. It's top tier. One bed, snowed in, the elevator got stuck. Sign me up. Put my name on that list. Next, bad boy, good girl. Very much enjoy it. I don't like it as much as the other tropes in this category, but it's like, when done correctly, I like it, you know? Especially if we're talking TV shows and movies and like the bad guy is actually like psychotic. Yeah, Klaus Michelson, I'm looking at you. Next is mafia romance. Honestly, out of this whole top row, that might be my favorite. Like, that genuinely might be my favorite. Oh, something about, I love crazy, violent, don't care about anyone else but you type beat. There's something so romantic about it. And like, yeah, if that happened in real life, I'm getting a restraining order, but in fiction, I'm gonna let it slide. Next is Grumpy Sunshine. This might be an unpopular opinion, but I'm gonna put it at flop. It gets so boring and repetitive after a while, especially in books. In TV shows and movies, I guess I can bear it a little bit, but in books, you can keep that to yourself. It boils down to the grumpy guy, usually the male, having no personality, and then the sunshine girl having so much personality and like character development, right? It always blows my freaking mind. All the character development that's given to the sunshine girl still takes him back at the end of the day. Talking about this just makes me have war flashbacks from when I read the fine print. Get out of my face. Please and thank you, get out of my face. Next is bodyguard romance. I've never read it, but I've seen it in shows. I'm gonna put it as fine. Actually, I'll put it at very much enjoy. Yeah. It gives the same energy as enemies to lovers mixed with strangers to lovers, so I'm gonna let it slide. Right person, wrong time. It's genuinely fine, especially in books. When it's written correctly, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Should I put it up one? I might put it up one. Like, I'm a person, I don't need a happy ending. Like, I would prefer it, but I don't need it. If the story is good enough, the story is good enough. So I'm gonna leave it at I very much enjoy it. Only one bed. Yep, that goes right next to forced proximity right there. I hate everyone in the world but you. For this trope, as long as it doesn't cross the line of like obsessive and controlling, I would put it in I go absolutely feral. But since there's like a lot of variations and like typically, especially in writing, like the guy will be a little bit wired, so I'm gonna put it in very much enjoy. Next is wedding romance. I could literally do without it. I could literally do without it. You can keep that to yourself. Supernatural. Here's my little confession, not gonna lie. I've never read a book that's like supernatural-esque other than Twilight, so I don't really have much to say about that. But TV shows and movies, sign me up. You got vampires, you got werewolves, you got witches, you got hybrids, you got everything. You got mermaids. I very much enjoy supernatural stuff. Right person, not enough time. I don't know what that means, so I'm just gonna put it in flop. Friends to lovers. Friends to lovers, it's really honestly a bit boring, but I'm just gonna put it at it's fine because it's not the worst. Good boy, bad girl. Good boy, bad girl. I'm gonna put it it's fine. I don't have much references to go off of. This, again, same thing as the proximity one. So it's going straight to the top. I don't even have to elaborate. You already know the drill. Forbidden romance. Giving Romeo and Juliet. Forbidden romance. I don't know how I feel about that. Honestly, I could go without it. Forbidden. You can't be together. But they're eventually gonna be together, right? Unless they mix in right person, wrong time. But I'm gonna put it at flop. Soulmates. Not my favorite because it's like, I mean, but then again, in some stories and in some shows, they can be soulmates but not really blatantly express it. In that case, I really do like it. I'm gonna put it at very much enjoy. Yeah. Mistaken identity. I don't know what that means. I'm gonna put that at flop just because it's a little bit confusing. Second chance at love. I can go without it. Flop. Time traveling. Like I said, I haven't read any sci-fi fantasy type book where time travel was in the plot, and I don't even think I watched. Yeah, and even then it sounds inconvenient for a romance plot, so I'm gonna put it at flop right there. Love at first sight. It's not my favorite, but it's always fun to read and fun to watch, especially in TV and movies. And that's the thing about a lot of these tropes. Some translate good in films, some translate better in books, but yeah, I'm gonna put it, it's fine. Love triangle, that's going straight to the top for me. I know, I'm such a sucker for like cliches. It's like so obvious because I've never read or watched a love triangle and been like, I wonder who she's gonna pick. Like, it's so obvious, but it's fine. Who doesn't want like two people fighting for your love, you know? Fake dating. Do we like it? Do we not like it? Oh gosh, it's a little bit tough. I think we do like it. It's like, you know, when you're reading and it gets that pivotal moment in the plot and they're like, get your hands off my girlfriend. And it's like, whoa, you sounded a little bit too convinced. Like you sounded like you really meant what you just said. So, I don't know. Yeah, with the right amount of little angst, yeah, I very much enjoy that trope. Last one is a sports romance. Now, like I said earlier, if you asked me 2 or 3 years ago, I would have been like, yeah, I do love a good sports romance. But here's my thing. I think especially in most recent years, the rise of like hockey teams and football teams, college-aged young adult stories is way too overly saturated. Like, I liked it in the beginning. I thought it was cute. I thought it was fun. I thought it was fresh. But I'm tired. They're shoving it down our throats and I keep buying them still. Besides the point. But I'm just gonna put it at it's fine. But yeah, this is the final list. I'll put it on screen so you can check it out. So yeah, we have our beautiful tropes at the top that we will love and that we can never go without. I think you can see a theme in this top category here is that a lot of these tropes is just angst. It's angst to the max. But that's not all. That's not all the tropes we have. I do wanted to put some honorable mentions in the mix. Honorable mention number 1, secret relationship. I love a good nobody can find out, and then one day somebody sees something they're not supposed to see, and it's like, oh my gosh, how are we gonna deal with this? How are we gonna deal with the blowback? Yeah, so secret relationship definitely goes to the top. And the second honorable mention I just have to include, I'm surprised it wasn't already on this list, is the billionaire trope. Give me a book, I don't have to know anything about it, but if that man is a billionaire, I'm reading that book. Because there's just something about those characters. Declan, I'm looking at you from Terms and Conditions. I just love a good billionaire. As long as they're not so absurdly tone deaf, they can be cocky. Like, you gotta be cocky, but not too cocky. I'm reading that billionaire book. Think of it as a manifestation, if you will. I'm looking at my list, like really looking and evaluating it. It literally goes from most angsty to least. I hate that I'm so freaking predictable, man. Also, the link will be down below in the description. Let me know if you agree, disagree, what you would change, what you would add, and all of that good stuff. But yeah, that is it. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and subscribe. I'm posting more book-related content. And if you really liked it, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. That is it, and I'll see you guys in my next video.